We got our first challenge of the day. As you can see, there's a pretty good sized creek running through here. It's seasonal. Obviously it's dry in the fall, but it's very wet right now. We made it across this thing last year in one certain spot, so we're gonna go check that out and see if it's dry. If not, we might have just walked. What are we at right now? We're at 2.5 miles already, and we haven't even got to where we want to start shed hunting, so we're hoping that we can find a way across here and get out to where we're supposed to be. How many fences have you crossed in Montana?
Thousands.
All right, we finally found a spot to cross. Here goes, I'm gonna fall in.
Oh, God. We probably spooked them.
They might have.
Like they're stuck in the fence.
All right, well, there's elk in these here hills, so. Well, here's a little better view of the country. Gotta be careful, it's still muddy out here and I don't wanna go sliding down into one of these pits, but this side hill and across here, checking all these draws, following game trails. Not a ton of fresh sign. I think there was more fresh sign in here last year, but there's some, so it only takes one, right? The whole day can change in a minute as I'm almost falling down here because of the mud. Well, looks like I just found my first ever elk spike antler. Could be a branch. I'm standing right next to it though. I'm gonna bend down here, pick it up. Looks like it's got a burr. It's kind of buried and it's a couple of years old if it is an antler. Let's check it out. There it is. Yes, sir. That is an antler. That is an ancient antler. That one's been out here a long time. When they get pink like that, they're 10 plus years old usually. So ancient, but leave no antler behind on the board. Okay, just found that spike antler. I was actually stopping to get my camera out to come show everyone what a big old signpost elk rub looks like. So this top of this here, I'm 6 foot tall. So that's probably 5 feet right there, 5.5. So they look just like a deer rub, but a lot bigger, and usually on a lot bigger trees. Gonna keep following this rim around. If there was one shed here, good chance there's another. And actually, I'm looking at this right now. It might be cattle. There's cattle out here too, but this is definitely a well-used bed right here. And this is, look at that, worn right down to dirt. So the bed like they do in hill country, you know, the deer, the elk do also. If you look, there's a big obstacle to the back. The way I'm facing right now is west. We get west winds mostly. So this would be a perfect bed to look downhill, have the wind coming over your back, and have a good vantage all the way around here. So pretty neat. Oh, if you've never seen elk poop, here's what a pile of elk poop looks like. A lot like deer poop, just a little bigger, and usually bigger piles. That's probably cow poop. The bull poops are quite a bit bigger yet. So just stopping to grab a drink here. Gonna put that monster spike shed in my bag, and then me and Shawna have been split up for about, I don't know, 45 minutes. We were just on the walkie-talkies. We're gonna meet up. We're just getting to the area of this property. This is a big property where we ran into the bulls last year, so we're gonna comb that pretty good. And hopefully we'll find something back there. Again, I said this probably 3 times, but a little early yet, so I'm not super optimistic, but who knows? If you're not first, you're last. Somebody told me that once. So one of the things I like to do on these properties that I come back to a couple times is last year I walked out of this bottom that I'm in right now. You can see going uphill. I walked out of this bottom in a drainage to the east of here, so I'll try to take a different one out this year. See if I missed anything in this drainage where you know, this is pretty good out of the wind too. They could be bedding in here, so here's what I'm doing, walking up this. And like I said, I was only 100, 200 yards to the east of here last year, but I couldn't see in this at all. So I might have missed something, or somebody else could have missed something. It all depends where you walk, when you walk. So just walking out on this little point here, trying not to fall off the side of the mountain, and gonna glass all around. I gotta excuse my heavy breathing. Just climbed a big hill here. Getting into the last portion of this property I got. Let's see. I don't know if you can read that. 6.8 miles, and I haven't turned around yet, so it's gonna be a hike out. Probably have maybe about 2 miles less on the way out, because messed around so long trying to find a way across that water that it took another mile or two than it usually does to get out here. So been pretty uneventful. Just that spike, that was a mile and a half ago, so just covering ground and making sure this last spot doesn't have anything, or it does, hopefully it does. And then we're gonna turn around and head out of here. I think it's 3 o'clock, so we got a 6 mile-ish, 5 mile hike out, and that'll probably take us 2 hours. So get out of here. And is this a shed right here? Nope, stick. Got sticked pretty good right there. Anyways, gonna get glass in here and then report back if I find anything. A couple mule deer here. Looks like 4 does. Probably can't see them on the camera. About 100 yards, 120 maybe. There they go. Every time I come shed hunting, I realize how big Montana is. A bunch of this is public. There's a little bit of private out there, but again, now I'm 7.2 miles out. I've been hiking 4 hours, and I'm just turning around right now to head back to the truck. So it's going to be a minute, and all that hiking in an area that I know has elk semi-regularly, and in fact we saw elk today, and I found an elk shed today. But despite all that, just one shed, there's just so much ground out here, and even when you try to focus on what you think is going to be good pockets of habitat, it's just literal needle on a haystack. But it's fun, it's good exercise. So gonna go meet back up with Shawna now, just talk to her, and we'll probably walk a slightly different route back to the truck, but a slightly more expedited route. And we always have good luck for whatever reason on the way back to the truck, so maybe today will be the same. But if not, give a report when we get to the truck, and who knows. How excited are you that we're 7.5 miles out and we're just
so excited.
we're just turning around.
So excited.
So typically we only do 7 or 8 miles at a time, but this spot, it takes longer to get out here, and then we messed around getting across that water. So we're going to be about double our normal shed hike today. So we're going to be tired, real tired. Real tired?
Yeah.
Real tired.
All right, here we go. Not feeling it.
Two more jumps. There you go. Stretch, loose, leap.
Oh, do you remember when you could like jump?
No, it's been a while for me.
It is hard.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get a running start and definitely fall in.
It's not easy for you.
These spots we're jumping, maybe you can see up there, the rest of this bottom, this is just like a seasonal creek. The rest of it's probably, what, 8 foot or wider. A lot of it's 12 foot wide, and it's probably knee deep in a lot of spots. So we walked for quite a while to find these top secret crossings here that were narrow enough to jump. This one's a little wider though. Wow, that's real soft right there too. Yeah, right here. Let's do it right here. All right.
I see my boot tracks. I'm gonna fall.
Oh no.
Should I throw my phone?
That wouldn't be the worst idea. Or just fall forward if you're gonna fall.
Wow.
You made it. I'm gonna definitely fall.
No,
I like to get a run and
slippery.
slip. Piece of cake.
That is over.
Oh, I made it to the truck. Final total 6 hours, 13 minutes, 12.46 miles. That was a lot. I'm cashed out for the day. Only one spike elk shed. See you next time.